Injustice Project. Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was the leader of Nazi Germany. He was born on April 20th, 1889 in Austria. His parents had 5 other children. Adolf was the fourth of 6. They moved to Germany while Hitler was still young, and after Edmund, one of his younger brothers, had died. Hitler had become more and more introverted. His father did not like his change in attitude. Hitler's interests were fine art and German nationalism instead of business like his father had hoped. In 1903, Hitler's father died and Hitler was able to control his own future. He applied to the Academy of Fine Arts. Unfortunately, he was not accepted and found himself in a homeless shelter in Vienna. In 1914, even though he was an Austrian citizen, Hitler applied to serve in the German army. He received the Iron Cross First Class and the Black Wound Badge, but the war had changed him. His prior nationalistic tendencies were strengthened, and when Germany surrendered, he was angered. He returned to Munich and worked as an intelligence officer, where he monitored the German Workers' Party. He later controlled this party and changed the name to National Socialist German Workers' Party, also known as the Nazi Party. He created a sign to represent them, which was the swastika. He attempted to take over the government and failed. Because of this, Hitler was arrested and tried for high treason. Germany's Great Depression came at a great time for Hitler. He ran for presidency against Paul von Hindenburg in 1932 and came in second. He got to be chancellor and used this position to manipulate his way into becoming somewhat of a dictator by doing things that gave him more control. He and his followers caused fear in other political parties, which caused them to disband, leaving only the Nazi Party in Germany. Hindenburg, the president of Germany, died. They ruled to combine the position of chancellor and president, leaving Hitler in complete and total domination of Germany. Hitler used his power to promote his own ideals. The most famous of these was his anti-Jewish regime. Hitler decided to exterminate Jews for the sake of cleansing the future generation's genetic pools. The Holocaust began in 1939 and 6 million Jews were killed in concentration camps. Although other groups were persecuted during this time, more than half and by far the most well-known were the Jews. This would be the beginning of World War II. In the early 1940s, Hitler was still looking for power, so he made attempts to take more land and invade other countries. He invaded Russia with over 3 million troops. With this, Hitler had now also attracted the attention of the United States, Britain, and the Soviet Union. Slowly, Germany's military position declined just like their economy. Hitler became ill, and once 1945 came around, it was clear that Germany would not win this war. He made plans to marry his girlfriend Eva Braun, and together they committed suicide on April 30th, 1945. This type of injustice has been eradicated, and no event in history has been at the same level of injustice as the Holocaust was. A way to prevent these injustices in our society is to be smart and reasonable when voting for the leaders of our countries.